Okay, recording
Valerie, I'd
started.
imagine.
Yes, I expect we'll see Val Gloria. As LK does not play other characters and Shax is a Val player.
I like playing people who don't play other characters. Then I can
Shax
play
is
counter
Stephanie.
so.
But
Who
it
you
is
pick?
indeed Gloria Val. This
Alright,
is
Mad King, captain of the Val ship.
This is feature film festival fight, first round losers bracket since LK subbed in for Banewolf who dropped.
Right.
So yeah, Shax
Mad
lost
King.
to you in the first round.
Let me
correct,
hear your
Mad King?
opinion on Gloria. Valerie.
Gloria Valerie is really even, actually. I think, because Gloria...
Okay, good. Then what opinion I want to choke you for.
Gloria's queen does a lot of work in this matchup, like, a lot of work.
Thanks to
Like
the
the
whole
matches.
burst of speed thing not going.
Or just
back.
like, you want to get into a bunch of damage, and I just want to not die.
And Gloria's K is a really good neutral tool as well, as long as Val does not have burst of speed.
But how can you ever be certain she doesn't have it?
Well, you play based on your expectation of her having one at that stage in the game. Unsure why you would open attack early against Gloria.
If you're expecting a face card and you have burst of speed, or alternatively, if you just want to get a bunch of aces
Also,
early, you're scared
bro.
of getting thrown early.
Bro, have you ever played against LK404?
I don't think you should be scared of getting thrown early by Gloria as Valerie, but
I think you should be scared of losing any kind of combat early against Gloria as Valerie. Because the sooner she finds that Queen of Hearts, the sooner your life becomes a pain.
that's true. One cannot simply create her and destroy her that queen away.
Or just throw Cycloid at it. Man, don't you remember when she used to have a 0.0 ace like Geiger did? Man,
What?
good times.
Oh, you mean Valerie. I thought you meant Gloria. I was like, Gloria had a 0.0?
Dude, can we give her that? Get her QB 0.0.
Please no.
Yeah, I was right on the early burst, by the way, so that's going to go into probably some amount of normals. Yeah, this is a 10 hearts, ace hearts game, so that's fun.
I mean, it's always a something hearts game.
Alright, just goes for the normals, semi-respecting the face down.
Get some nice solid damage.
Well, I mean, even with a pair of or a pair of aces in your hand, right? Do you ever want to play? If you have a hand of, let's say, you land an attack, burst of speed it, right? And you've got 4 normals, J pump pump. That's your hand. Would you ever want to burn it all on a face down?
No.
Regardless
the
of how
normals.
much you think it is, regardless of how much he's been pumping.
You
Like-
burn the normals, but you should. I feel like playing J into a face down early in the game is almost always a mistake.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like, there's just so much that can go wrong and leave your hand in the worst position. Nice.
Good read on the queen. Good read on the queen.
Yeah. Doesn't get
happened?
the healing spheres off, of course, but still beating the queen is important there.
Single pump, not sure how much I like pumping with a throw, but I guess I don't know, either Shax has a lot of throws, or he's not expecting to be able to land one in the near future because of the double healing sphere.
Well, the way pumping with a throw as Valerie works against Gloria, realistically, if you've thrown Gloria twice, you should win. Like Valerie's throws can deal so much damage unless like 2 jokers come out, that kind of madness. You don't need to throw that many times, and with burst of speed, your throws are the highest speed anyway.
I still think you need to try to at least get the healing spheres knocked off early, because the longer those stay on, the more of a chance. This will probably be knocked down. I would
Yeah.
value a knockdown over Chromatic Orb here.
Oh yeah, absolutely take
The
that.
longer those stay on, the more of a chance she finds face card of hearts.
Yeah, unless you don't have a throw in your hand, there is 0% chance you take anything other than a throw. So, throw with the burst of speed tells us that's probably her only throw that...
Not burst speed, the 7.
Bold strokes, yes, is what I meant. Tells us there's
Well,
probably...
the burst of speed tells you that something's gone wrong.
Yeah, there's no other throw in Shax's hand.
Well, there
besides
could be
maybe a 10.
another 7.
Yeah, that's possible. Another 7 is definitely possible.
Especially considering we saw a pump earlier.
Ooh, I
think the no throws is more likely, hence LK, so I'm just like, I'll just sit here and block.
I guess the Chromatic could trade with a Q there, but in general, I think I would rep the cross up normal almost all the time there.
Maybe he didn't have.
He might. Well, keep in mind he has what 6-card hand. 2 of them are aces. You have to think about what the other ones are.
Yeah. I mean, we know they're likely not throws unless they're 7s or 10s.
Unless he top decked it. That's always an option.
Maybe a queen in there. Maybe a joker in there.
That's true. It is very possible there is a joker in there.
Jokers are not very big for Valerie in this matchup. I think you'd probably use them as gold bursts.
No, I would still mitigate a combat loss off of, like, getting hit by a normal or a J or something.
Starting to get a double sphere going again, I think.
In general, though, how often does that happen? I mean, I just don't see much of a... Like, I don't think you're very often needed to be gold bursting Valerie, or Gloria, because every turn... Like, aces are not super duper intimidating to Gloria.
No,
and
because she wants to block, so...
So, I mean...
They're good for tacking onto throw combos.
Yeah,
in general, if you think a queen's going to happen and you don't have some other good offensive answer for it, then they're really good for trading with that and drawing a card.
Well, the big thing about Gloria's Gold Burst is any time you were to throw a Gold Burst at her, or Valerie's Gold Burst in this matchup, is anytime you were to throw a Gold Burst at Gloria is a turn you're not knocking her down, you're not dealing damage, she's gaining health.
On the website, LK is going down pretty low, so Valerie's damage can kick in at some point.
LK is no stranger to being low health, as I experienced personally.
So I'm gonna return...
How can you play Gloria and be a stranger to low health situations?
I'm specifically referring to the game where I was up 73 life and he went to like 2 and 1.
Yeah.
That's just Gloria. Sometimes you're just right for the rest of the game.
It's because she never runs out of tools. That's the advantage of playing Gloria. Is your tools may not be spectacular, although in some matches they are spectacular, but they're always there. 0.8 speed throws always got my 7.
So does he lose the heal here? Or does he have to heal something suboptimal? Probably, yeah, he has to heal to 7. Gonna get 6 back? Interesting.
Almost always heal with something suboptimal before you let it drop. Almost.
I think you're just thinking about what to heal with.
Yep.
I mean, he probably has, like, interesting, I returned to the 6 and not the 8. Given that he pitched a 7 throw. And then he lost, sorry, not lost, but used our 7 throw in the combat before that.
6 is a very good card for
It's good damage filler. It's good,
for girl who I can't, blonde chick that's in this match.
Gloria.
Hello!
Oh, wow, that's a very important combat.
What happened?
Q outsped Deathstrike drugs.
Well, okay.
Ooh, that feeling when I almost dropped an entire handful of stacked dishes.
I believe LK knows that feel very well.
There we go. Now I can actually watch the match instead of talking about it.
Getting what back? Ace, okay. So those 2 pumps equaling out to about 2 extra damage. And he got rid of a J there, which reduces a lot of his spike potential.
He's likely running low on things to heal with.
I meant Valerie losing the J there for the pump. Nice dodge on the queen.
Oh, I thought you meant LK discarding a pump
game?
for healing touch. Or discarding a J for healing touch.
Shax pumped his queen with a J. Ooh, interesting.
Still worth doing.
Yeah, get those spheres off.
And also stop her from going up in health again.
It's not like Burst of Speed really helps you in this matchup anyway, because as we've seen, LK hasn't been repping King at all. I don't think he's even played one. No, there's no Kings in LK's discard. So either he doesn't have them or he's not playing them.
Remember that earlier combat where we talked about dodging to 7 throw?
Yeah.
I think I might keep the 7 throw over the 10.
Yeah, I can see that.
Keeping the 10 makes it so that Gloria is less likely to play like really weird attacks, which is good for you if your hand's really awkward.
Well, if she's willing to play really weird attacks and your hand's really awkward, it means you can finally block. The good thing about Chromatic Orb in this scenario is it does 3 chip. So it's hard for Gloria to just out-heal it constantly.
LK really deciding, yeah, he's going to overdose, go down to 6 after the heal.
That's a dangerous life total to be at here.
Throw and Chromatic is both lethal.
Yeah. Yeah, LK is no stranger to living on the edge, as we said.
Don't need those J's, just keep mashing ace.
Ace, potentially throw. Yeah, needs the healing sphere back.
Dollar store was closed, so I had to go all the way to Walmart.
How'd I gone for you?
Double sphere.
Whew.
That's the 3rd double sphere? Jeesh.
Yeah, this is all still the first game, isn't it?
Yes. So, if Shax has a throw, do you think they just plays it this turn?
No,
With the note,
I
give
think
it an ace.
all 3 sides of the mix-up are fairly real here.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
You are correct.
Okay. If I have a known ace against Gloria and I know she doesn't have Deathstrike drugs, then my throws are extra strong in this situation. Especially when I do something like dodging a 10 throw. That's why I would almost always throw if I drew one.
In the game of Yomi, anytime you have a dominant option, like ace attack was in that scenario, it makes all of your options way more potent.
I'm saying also, given that A, like Shax mentioned, that's the one time he's thrown. Second of all, he had to dodge into 7 throw and dodge into 10 throw. So I feel like any throw he draws at that point is just almost certainly going to win combat.
Ooh, nice opening throw. Shifting the range up a little bit.
This is a big advantage Valerie has in this matchup in the early game.
Just leave that face down all day. You have no reason to play into that as Valerie. What are you doing? Oh well,
really didn't
you
expect
got the
it to be
damage,
real.
I guess, but still, going to 3 cards. Not the greatest. But
He has to imagine that, well, LK is down to 5.
yeah,
And also, I don't hate that because it's pretty common.
For Gloria
know,
to dump hearts.
Yeah. Gloria to dump hearts, people to sort of face down hoping that Val just takes the knockdown because knockdown's so good for Val. And that's another reason
aces have like been way too aggressive in my opinion.
I don't hate it. Like, it's one of the things, if you think that the opponent's going to try to punish you for going low on cards, if you have the ace, then it's okay to go down to 3 or 4 cards. Because if you think they're going to be too cautious of it, you can block, but if you think they're going to be really crazy, then you can just mash it. I'm not sure I like that term because that gives LK too much of an opportunity to block to get out of a bad hand.
I was gonna say I don't think I've really seen LK representing too crazy. I haven't been seeing many in 2.2 speed attacks. Like, I've seen a lot of block.
I was going to say we haven't seen much throw, but there it is.
Well, Shax represented dodge last set, so I mean it's around.
I'm gonna throw out a couple pieces of that.
That's
It's overdose as well. Early ace heart's always pretty nice to have.
Why is it not? I need to go report that right now.
before
It doesn't
what?
show you the suit of the ace used for it, and that's a big deal.
Yeah, it just says you take 10 damage from overdose. It's a little awkward. Well, Shax still does have the life lead thanks to that monster throw combo we landed earlier.
Yeah, definitely. Oh wow, throws him with the healing sphere.
Good.
See, that's the problem though. He blew his hand early, and now he's just stuck on no cards, and has lost his life lead.
I'm thinking if your hand starts with something like throw, JKQA, and then 2 other cards, though, like, your benefit for knocking the opponent down is not that big. Especially if you're really low on blocks. He does finally get out of the hand, though. The questionable 2 attack from LK. Well, I think he's just trying to accelerate. Yeah, realizes the jacks aren't doing him much good right now. If he's trying to accelerate to just murder Shax's face off.
Very possible to do it at these life totals, because he can just overdose him before Val has a big enough hand to really be able to kill you.
Yep, that's it.
GG.
Also, I think that's just a really nice life total to put Valerie at, in general.
I think you ended up in a scenario there where Shax is like he represented an attack too early, and then when he got into a scenario where he couldn't really be playing offensive options, he started getting thrown. I mean, I think you can do a much better job of managing Val's hand, and that goes back to that, like, what was it, turn 1, throw J pump pump.
Yeah.
And LK's in that loser's bracket now. That loser's bracket ain't fun. I'm glad we're not in it, right, boys?
I mean, he started in losers, so.
I know.
It's just not a bracket you want to be in right now. It's a
One
mean
more
loser bracket.
shark.
Got what? LK, Deluxe, Gister now.
Jenga Jam.
Super hidden boss Hartley.
Early block.
Opener of the pickle jar.
Opener of the pickle.
It's okay. Gister loosened it for him. I like that. There you go.
That's the trade. And it's a Q hearts, though, so that's going to be extra awkward.
It's fine. Valerie gets 10 damage here and keeps his card flow going.
I think you mean Valerie gets 6 damage here.
Unless LK doesn't have a heal, but I think if you have a heal, you just always get your queen back.
Not with going down to 4 cards. Especially if you don't have an ace in your hand.
I guess if you have a 10 in hand, you wait for a turn.
Like, I think in general you wait for a turn. You wait until it's not going to wreck your hand to do so. So, you'll
Shax
notice...
is not thrown on, like, the healing sphere turn when it's mattered, really.
Has that really bitten him, though?
It hasn't. I'm just noting that it hasn't really happened yet. So LK might feel more comfortable throwing or blocking.
What is even Valerie wearing? Because I want that. I'd wear that. I'd look hella fancy in that.
It appears to be a loose collection of Kleenexes.
Well,
Oh dear!
Not.
who's there? Gloria bunker.
I like that face down.
Just get her off of you. Don't make that hurt more than it has to.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a big duff, as it were.
Got smacked by the staff a little bit.
Duck kick.
I like that she's just like smiling on the side when she does that. Hold this L, nerd!
Gloria. She looks so angry in her face cards.
But then, like, so happy everywhere else, or just very drugged up.
No. Her dodge does not look happy. Her block does not look happy.
Oh, we got LK finding the hit this time, though. Or not LK,
Shax.
I mean, you just play straight into this, face down, be damned. Drop those normal, dog. Did I do you good in your hand?
Oh, hello. That better be a Joker. It's painful looking straight.
You have AA,
Right
you tack
side.
it on the end here, otherwise maybe consider saving your Js.
You have
why
to
you
respect
save
that
it.
face down.
That's
And
the
that's
hardest
21
part of
damage
playing
over the back.
Valerie, is knowing when to keep it in your pants and not run into bursts.
She's not wearing pants, she's wearing Kleenexes.
Right. Knowing when to keep it in your pants-shaped Kleenex.
And you accused Redless of talking about inane things?
Hey, at least this is inane things that are relevant to the match that's currently going on.
Yes, I find those Kleenexes very relevant. They're very distracting.
You brought it up!
I did. She has Technicolor Kleenexes. Gloria has a white Kleenex.
With some pink Kleenexes strewn about.
She accessorizes with Kleenex.
Uh-oh.
Oof. You want to be ahead of Gloria's life. Every time. It is never good to be behind Gloria. Especially when you burned your J-Pump in an ace.
But what if you're holding Maximum Anarchy? Then is it okay to be behind?
It's not okay. But I mean, you can play fraudulent easy character and win anyway.
What if you're just right every turn?
That's called being a genius. Also, you can still lose from behind Gloria if you're right every turn. Them extended checkmates, dog.
So 13 life behind is an especially awkward number.
The longest checkmate I've done recently is like a 7-turn checkmate of being a rook.
Okay, so it gets the block. Okay, choosing not to accelerate. Waiting until he gets a bit more of a substantial life lead before he accelerates on a combat loss. Has a 9-card hand, so he might consider doing it soon. So I feel like Shax has to win this combat. That won't be it.
That's a problem.
That might actually be the game if he's not like extra on point.
That is probably game on overdose.
If LK gets the next Joker, that's all certainly the game over. Is where having that J++ would be so nice. Because then your dodges are a lot scarier.
If you just knock LK down, you can probably keep, even if your combat is dodge into KV, so that LK can't heal, you can do enough damage next turn if you have a decent hand, but Shax probably doesn't have a decent hand.
Or LK has the second Joker because he's gone through so much of his deck.
That's true. But you can't play for fear of the second Joker, though.
I know you can't, I'm just saying that the chances are slim.
Yo! Hello!
Yo!
We are done with your shit, Gloria. Joker number 2.
You can't play You can't play J++ there. You have to do the 10 throw there, leave it, and then win the next combat. It wasn't checkmate, I don't think, because overdose would have taken.
You take the knockdown.
Yeah, if you take the knockdown, then you could theoretically win.
Because then if you dodge into 21 or whatever, then Gloria can't overdose you. Like, this is where managing your resources becomes really important. Because now I don't think there's a way for Shax to do 25 on 3 cards.
No.
Throw AA, theoretically.
No, the game is over. Like, LK plays a Q, and the game is over.
Yeah, because Shax can't dodge in a 25.
Shax left.
Tired of that shit. Shax fell off the internet. He got so salty.
Then he fell back onto the internet.
Cool. Yep, that's game. Do we see the switch from Stephanie is the question.
Oh, yeah, 16.
That's always nice. But, not that does very much. He'll die with a card in his hand. That we will never know.
See, right here, you could have, off that knockdown, if he'd have played Q into the dodge that turn, you could have played J++ and he'd have been down too low to overdose.
Mm-hmm.
The next turn, you threaten AA to win.
So do you think we switch to Persephone?
I don't know.
I haven't really seen him play Persephone in other sets, so like I don't think
If this
matches have
matchup's
gone.
not working out for you, I don't think Perse is really going to work out for you.
I don't think these matchups or these matches so far have gone poorly enough to necessitate a switch.
Well,
Right.
you know
can point it to bad hand management.
I was going to say that's from our perspective on the outside, but when you're inside and Gloria is just right, Gloria is very
ran its
frustrating
jokers.
and feels a lot worse than it actually was.
Guess nutmeg.
Nutmeg.
Nukmug.
But that, since you had to win 2 combats, I don't see a point to mashing J++ there. Unless you think he's gonna fake the gold burst and then actually burst the next, or fake the blue burst and then actually burst the next time.
Mm-hmm. He's thinking really hard about his character choice right now. We might well see a switch to Persephone. I can't say I disagree with either decision, though. While we're here, what do you think of the Gloria Persephone matchup breaker?
5-5-4-5 Perse. Maybe
Right.
even.
We will see us sticking with Val. So some things I do like, I did like the slightly earlier defense. I feel like he got scared off throw too hard after getting hit by Gloria Bunker, though.
Gloria Bunker is a bit of a momentum breaker.
Okay, didn't have the ace there, but now he's going to have ace hearts to start the game. So that's important. So when ace got pulled out of Shax's hand, what do you think LK's play is right now? Well, healing sphere up, I guess, because he has at least 1 heart in there. Now, does Shax get scared off throwing because of getting hit by 6?
It doesn't take much to scare Shax off of throwing. He's only thrown in like the situations where it was absolutely demanded of him near the end of games and that 1-8. Like he opened the game with a throw in game 2, and then he got 6th. And the other 2 throws that I've seen were the 10 throw that we saw in the last game and the one to close out game 1. Is that all 4 throws? Has you played other throws?
Off of dodges, but yeah, those normally count.
Yeah.
So that had to be a pretty frustrating turn to see a block. Yeah,
That's a frustrating turn.
Yeah, LK sort of capitalizing on his throw fear. Which is, I'm pretty sure as Razik used to play the character, you can't really be scared of throwing people as Valerie.
Pretty much.
Because your throw game is just so good.
Yep. Because it's like, oh, if they don't face down, you do a
But you
billion
want to
damage.
hit them
If
with
they do
normals.
face down, you knock them down and threaten damage.
You want to hit normals and aces, because normals draw cards, and aces are aces, and they're good. They draw cards too, and
But it's easier to hit people with them when you throw them first.
like, I don't know, I see a lot of fear of throwing with Gloria if you don't have J++, which, come to think of it, I think every time he's thrown, he's had either lethal or J++ behind it.
But it's like just knockdown's really good.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially when Gloria has a healing sphere up. And like, LK has really been capitalizing on it. That's been what, block, dodge on his healing sphere?
Yeah. Well, until Shax shows that he's willing to take a risk again, LK can just sit on this.
I mean, and then he can sort of just get a feel for, oh, he's going to be throwing now, and then throw out some other big attack. And then Shax might not throw again for the rest of the set. Doesn't have a heal. Interesting.
Well, he had a heal because he had 3 aces in hand.
Did he forget to heal?
Yeah, with that.
Well, he had 2 aces in hand, so
No,
I think it's probably... What I'm saying is he might not have had a heal worth throwing. He had 3 aces in hand. He did not want to get rid of that.
That's fair enough. Are we going to Twilight Key then, into Overdose?
There was no Joker, so why not?
That's a painful turn.
And that once again stuffed another throw.
That he had an opportunity to play for a bit, but it's like, again...
This is a really bad spot for Shax.
Because he's about to be behind a boatload of life.
Lose another combat and you're in a very, very dangerous position.
If he loses another combat that isn't like getting hit by a Q or something, the game is basically over.
Getting hit by Q+ is still death.
Because then you're at 14 after that overdose.
Getting hit by even, like, the thing is, if he loses a combat so that Overdose draws LK 2 cards, he's probably toast. There it is.
$3J.
You gotta face down that.
Oh yeah.
And that's it. Well, that's basically it.
Don't grab anything back and just OD him.
Yeah, and then if you have a Joker, you just Q into a dodge and the game is over.
If you have 2 Jokers, you do a really fancy checkmate.
Who cares? Just Q at him. He can't do enough damage to be relevant. Just do anything at him. I don't think he has enough damage in his deck off of anything but like 6 starter. I guess 6, 6, 6, 6 with enough bold strokes is enough.
It could happen.
But then a portal to hell opens in the stage.
Like 4 6s J++ will definitely do it with a bold strokes. With 2 bold strokes, that's game.
But it's not going to
that's
happen.
a queen. It doesn't
why
matter.
would you get hit by that?
Yep,
hey, it's that queen, and there's
the
a
6
6.
I mean, he went for the only play that could get him enough damage to win the game.
And
Just
LK
on
went
the
for
off
play
chance that LK
never
pooped
loses in the game.
himself. How do I brain? I guess I'll throw Valerie here.
But if you have the Joker, again, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Do I brain?
How do you brain?
He didn't have... What?
He's playing with his food a little bit.
Didn't he have these in hand?
Nope.
I thought he had played heal for it.
Nope.
The Joker worked.
So can you deal enough damage to win the game here?
No, because you do the same thing again.
Unless LK doesn't have another queen or joker somehow by some
His
miracle.
hand is 7, 7, 10, 10, J, K,
Well, then you dodge
K,
anyway, right?
6, 6, 6, 6.
Well, then you dodge and you win the game. Like that. Because the most that Val can do is 33, and that's not enough. Well, that sucked.
Yeah, that puts Shax on the ropes here.
Very delayed GGs, I'm noticing.
iPad. No capital G, so probably not iPad player.
Stealing my detective work?
It's my detective work. I came up with that.
Yeah, there's the Persephone switch. After that last game, I think he just felt like the matchup wasn't working for him.
Well, I can understand the switch when you're down 3-1. Like, gotta give it a try at least. Especially since this is your loser's bracket life. And you're not playing a character that can maximum oops somebody.
Was traditionally considered like massive Persephone favor. Now I think it's mostly considered slight Persephone favor.
It might be even. I've never considered it. Okay, a lot of people think Persephone is a lot of things that Persephone isn't. It's really hard. Like, people see a character in Gloria with like, if you have that recurable Q and that recurable K and that recurable J, it's very hard to play the mix-up normal game. So every time you knock her down, if she has block and face card, you have to play a mix-up. It's really hard to reach a point where LK can just get destroyed by Persephone's game plan. And her combat options are very good for beating Persephone's.
And I like that pop. Not only does it, reshuffle the deck, but he gets the King of Hearts into the discard. So if he does get to stand up, he has something
This is a
worthwhile.
matchup where powering up the not Hearts King though is a big deal, because if you ever get hit with an MC, you're gonna lose one option. You need two options that can beat Persephone's mix-up normal. And your 2 is not fast enough like some people's.
I don't think Shax should go for knockdown number 2 here. I think he should just block if he has the opportunity.
Depends. Getting that 10 back would be amazing. I might actually just throw LK here.
Throw would have worked as well. Tried for the very greedy mistress. I'm not sure what that he was intending to hit with that. Like, was he scared of LK doing wake up throw?
The odds of LK throwing were very poor, I think.
Right.
And I
I'm
also
just trying
think
to
the odds of LK playing an attack that's going to lose to Mistress's command are also very poor. I think high normal was not going to get represented there.
I think a part of that's been established from LK's answers to Shax's throw game for this set, though.
Yeah, but that was standing throws, not
Right.
throws.
I'm not saying it was the best decision. I'm giving what I think his logic might have been.
That counter is very good in this matchup. Gloria does not have the health bar to be paying 10 life.
Oops. That was my chair.
Man,
You just can't find a clean hit.
you're Persephone. You can't be playing these slow attacks. Use your dominant speeds.
Or dodge.
Yeah, that dodge you found earlier.
Dodge is like a 0.0 speed attack. Use it. It's good. I promise. We're just gonna like this is. I think Shag's just trying to set up his discard. That's what this is. That's the strat. Pretty soon he's gonna knock Gloria down and then just go to town.
But if you're knocked down, yeah. That's no bueno. Dodging at Persephone on knockdown is surprisingly useful.
Well, I mean, I was thinking to myself that you should wake up throw, because you need the knockdown, and you haven't been representing it. Well.
The semi-Joker proof dodge follow-up overdose. And he's gonna heal 8 on that, so that's a 2 health lost for 10. That's fine.
For 6.
For 6, right? Because he healed Shax.
Shax went to combat here, you know. Then, in order for LK to get him low enough to win, he has to get low enough for Shax to threaten J+ and kill him.
Yeah, he's been very gun-shy on his throws.
Persephone is the throwing Pokemon, come on.
I was gonna say, I think that's been the theme of the set, really, is Shax has been gun-shy to throw, because every time he's tried, LK has stuffed it.
And this is bad news, Bears.
Yeah, that's super problems right there.
It's not really. Throw in the knockdown and then throw in the J+, then you're there off of 2 throw starters, you know? I think you can...
The problem is Persephone's damage just... this is an issue.
Dependent on J. If
like, I almost want to
Gloria
back
has a,
right now.
If Gloria has a Joker, I think that's it. Wow.
Blow. Bodied.
Joker or die, dude.
Even with a Joker, you might die anyway.
Yeah, you probably toast anyway, but you gotta try.
Well, even if he did have a Joker, that's the Mind Crush right there. Good guy LK apologizing when winning.
Unfortunately, almost throws don't win combats very much on the turns they're supposed to be throwing.
For some reason, I think getting scooped is better. Good strat. I'm a fan.
Well, after pretty explosive game 1, he just sort of fell on his face.
Yeah, LK was just able to navigate him pretty well in general.
And it sort of culminated in that last game where it was like he just basically didn't throw at all.
Yeah.
So he got a successful 8 throw on a dodge, and that was it. Didn't throw for the rest of the game. I'm not sure there's much else to say.
Yep.
Yeah, that pretty much wraps it out. Alright, thank you for watching, people. This has been DRB featuring Mad King. Razik, Riker, as usual. Thank you for watching.